Pamela and Joel are in Mapua right now, particularly in one of the rooms in the south building. The room was noisy because of the rain, but Joel managed to speak loud so that Pamela can understand him clearly. So, Joel, tell me about yourself. Like, where do you live? From what school are you? How old are you? Just anything about yourself.
I'm doing great. I still live with my family. That simply made me happy because after all the years have passed, I can still feel that love. Loved by my own family. I am currently studying at Mapua Institute of Technology at Intramuros. My age? Okay. I'm currently 18 years old. I'm absolutely fine. In fact, I live as healthy as I could because I can just stop or live on the tower pass. Instead, I need to grab some lessons from it so I could get nearer to the dreams I dreamed before. About myself, I used to be alone when I was second year high school student, but someone changed me. Third year high school, I met my best buddy whose name is Roland. Besides for having a great time with him, like playing online games, running, and laughing, we also have that contrast traits that makes us perfect as a buddy. We reached 4th year high and still we're best buddy. But as the time goes by, it seems that our friendship become rusty. Before the graduation starts, we never had the chance to do what we usually do most of the time. That laughing, that running, playing online games, everything. And now, I think it would never be that way again. And if it does, maybe, maybe it won't be the same anymore.
What are your greatest strengths and weaknesses?
Honestly, I ain't sure what my strengths are right now because I'm having trouble finding that light in the dark. You know, I was like, I'm totally hopeless but too desperate to achieve those dreams. Maybe, maybe it was part of God's challenges that I should fulfill. In that way, I could find that light I've been looking for a long time.
What are your plans after graduating?
Actually, to be honest, there's no such plan that sinks in my mind right now. All I know is that I should survive and simply just follow what destiny wants for me.
What do you expect in Mapua? Do you expect that you will graduate in Mapua as a regular student?
Besides for having a well education and well organized plan after graduating in this type of university, I still expected to have a wonderful and relief moment while staying. And yes, of course, I'm really hoping to graduate as a regular student, even though it was like a mainstream to achieve.
What do you usually do when you're bored?
I usually spend my time playing computer, eating, sleeping, and cooking experimentally. That would make my boring moment to a new wide imagination.
Do you play outdoor games like basketball or volleyball? Are you an athlete?
I don't play basketball and volleyball anymore since I cannot manage the time as a college student. But I'm hoping that someday, really hoping that someday I could still play that kind of games with my old friends or even my new buddies.
What are your hobbies or skills?
I ain't an athlete, but I do have hobbies and skills. For example, I'm sort of good at drawing, and I am really hoping that I am also good at singing. And one of my hobbies, I think, is just playing computer.
What do you prefer? Being alone or with someone?
I prefer to be alone most of the time. In that way, I could think and imagine wiser. You know, that imagination that builds in your mind when you're alone. And I think because I already got used to it, to be alone.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Good question. Actually, I don't actually know if I'm good at it. but I love to sing most of the time, especially when I'm alone. That's it.
What are your likes and dislikes?
Um, I love food, especially when it comes to dessert. It makes me feel happy and energetic every time I eat that type of food. Sometimes I even prefer to experiment some ingredients to make a one masterpiece. I like a person who is hilarious, really hilarious, because he or she can not only make my smile so wide, but as well as the others. I dislike bitter food, but I don't mind trying one someday. I dislike person who is talking behind my back because it is like taking away your dignity, you know, without knowing. It's really hurt so bad.
What will you do if tomorrow is already the end of the world?
I will never think that tomorrow is the end, but I will simply live normally, like there is no tragedy lies ahead. I will face my fate, and I will confess on all of my sins and be thanking for all the things that God gave to me. Life. Life is too precious to waste, too fragile to break, too warm to glaze. Never thought about it's a race, but don't forget to haste, because it will be like a time to waste, to seize that days. And even though that the end is near, never forgotten to lower your kneel. Put your faith in Him and let your soul enter with that hymn.